Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Let's start our session today. Yesterday we did I think time block conditional calculation correct. How was your practice? Did you find it interesting? I created both. You asked me to create the 7th consecutive day. If hours are more than 5, then the second one was if it is a Saturday, and if it is a Saturday, then it is a Saturday. And if it's a holiday, then they get premium. I want you to check the Saturday one, if you can. Because I just use these functions. It's holiday and it's Saturday. Let's start with worker time and agility. Which organization you are supporting right now? I work for Cox Enterprises. They are here in Atlanta. They're basically you work on Coke to Coke or you work on Honor 2 with them directly. The way to? I'm an employee. Oh, you're an employee. They got your like. Oh man, just not. Please don't mind me. No, he was just right now in your seats. I'm a citizen. I've been 6-7 years. Oh, actually my brother lives in States or he lives in Fremont. It's been 10 years now for him. His GC filing is still stuck. How long it takes? Where is GC filing? It can take like 4 to 8 years to get GC. Really. And then, after GC, you have to be in United States for 5 years to get your function. It all depends on a starting date. What? If you know that you get an approximate idea like 2 years, 3 years, 1 year. Alright. Now let's see. Now let's one thing. CF time. Date is holiday Saturday. Let's see. And that's correct. And the tag which I added are they. You have added a lot of tags. You just need to add this tag. No, but if I don't add that, then it was not coming back. Like if on that particular day I don't have regular, I have double time. Or if I have 7th consecutive day, then 7 you would have to need correct. It's good. Or like do you have done a very good, like kind of a thing. But if I would have been on you, if that day is a 7th conjugate be coming up, then I would have only added that. How do I do that? What I would have done, that I would have first entered on 7 consecutive day or 6 consecutive day. Alright? But it would have come 6 consecutive day, not 7. No, I removed the 6 consecutive day because it was interfering with the 7th consecutive and another. The general criteria that the condition is correct. The condition is correct. But what I'm trying to say is that before making condition, what you can do as a good practice or as a suggestion, that first enter the time over there. Alright, which tag is generating on a Saturday, just see that first. If your regular is coming up, then you only include a regular. And make your conditional calculation the day or what's about. That would also work, like the primary job. This is a good calculation. Alit, there's a good calculation that could work. And I gave you another one. Where's that? What's the name of that calculation? It's called if you put a double after 5 or 8. The first one. Seventh consecutive day after greater than 5. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I just wanted to see this one. This looks promising. Great. Good job. It took me to figure out. That's why I gave you this. That's a good one. And I was going to. I was thinking that you told me to go to standard overtime. I thought you gave me the wrong one. I should have won the seventh consecutive. Then I thought and thought. And then I said, you know what? It's all based on tags. But it took me like 2 hours to just think about it and get into it. But you did your way of doing that. No, it's fine. Sometimes it takes time, but I just give you a hint that you would use that over time. Alright? That's a good one. It's perfectly fine. I was actually looking to see that if you understand tags or not. Now we have new situations coming up. And our absence plans, we would create new situations over this. Let's think about some scenarios. I'll give you one homework also, but before that I'll give you like two things were over here if on Sunday, Monday to Thursday. Alright. The hours are accumulated hours like everyday hours, right? More than 30. Then any hour entered on the sixth day would be considered as a premium hour, right? The sixth or fifth day. The sixth day. Alright? That can be done by consecutive days. But let's think something. Let's scrap it. Let's think something a different way. Oh, conditional calculation. What are the conditions? Have you seen any condition calculation where you had to do some brainstorming? No, I haven't yet. Let's see. Let's talk about one. Yesterday I told you that we would do something different if the previous day or something like that. I forgot that. Let's do one kind of a calculation. Alright? Any hours which is reported on Sun. Any hours if it is reported more than 5. No, let's make it like this. If a day is a Friday, and on Friday if the total number of hours which is reported as more than 5, right? Then on Saturday, each hour. No, not each hour. Each hour would be given as a premium. Are you getting me? If on a Friday, the total reported hours are more than 5, then each of the hours on Saturday would be given as a premium. Now let's brainstorm it. Create time calculation. Premium based on Friday. I'm sorry. Saturday premium based on Friday. Conditioner. This is like a common one in when I was a consultant. I was working with IBM that part of time. We were working for a company. My client was based out of us and they had worked a payroll also. Alright. They had shift premium. Alright. 6 consecutive premium breaks and other stuffs which is there in Workday. Alright. In those particular area, we had some of the like major calculations issues where it's the 6 days worked as more than 3 hours. And if it is falling on a Tuesday, then 7 day, which is falling on a weekday, would be given as a different hour or a different rate. But those kinds of complexity had worked before, and it was SPC, the company name. It's a hospital, something nursing company. SPC for them. I did that. And I had just got an opportunity to work on what day payroll also, which is another things on that part of time. New earnings and everything. What earning codes were created? No. Now when I stated your statement that on previous day, if the hours are more than 5, and today is Saturday, then the total number of hours whatsoever employee encounters would be categorized as a premium. Correct. The moment I say date, then automatically a bell should ring that the condition is based out of the day. Most of the conditions would revolve around block and D, or the Kalpiyas that will create. Do you have experience with Prism? Prism Analytics. Workday is very new to me. I only have like timekeeping experience in pronouns. Start working. If you get time, then start learning Prism. I'm also taking training for Prism right now. That will help with Workday, or that will help. Well, it's a part of Prism. It's a part of Workday. Prism Analytics. And what do I call it? Like a create a Kalpiyas. CF Friday. The best day is day hours is greater than 5. And today is Saturday. What I stated on Friday, the hours should be more than 5. Now you will see nested calculation. Create Kalpat. Time day. SRI is somewhere in the instances. It's greater than 5. SI is somewhere in the instances. Time day. What are examples of like related field? Like this is previous day and this is a work day. We use few things. The commonly used are which one? The common is time blocks. Time blocks for a scheduled day. For example, it's a work day. Now I create another calpia. we are looking at. From the previous day, I checked all instance and total reported hours from the previous day. And this is what the delivery. I have not created it. I'm just reporting how many hours he has worked today. More than something hours. Today is Saturday. You should remember this. Day. You have to make it time day and the reference ID. You need to change. I stated yesterday also. If previously. The condition is ready. Now which bucket it should look? It should look to your regular. Because if it is not a 6 consecutive day, correct. Your value is true. Your thinking is already also. If it is not a 6 consecutive day. But if the day is a 6 consecutive day, I would have added my 6 consecutive day also. That's true. Your thinking is true, but in our condition. Like my 6 consecutive day, one would come under our condition. Premium hours. Saturday. Premium. Mind. This is the one which might be in a pool. During the reading that whenever there is a premium coming into your calculation. Alright? Whenever there is a premium coming on your calculation, always give the lowest priority. No, its priority means the lowest number like 23. Because that is topmost priority. Because now you see, this whole premium thing is not dependent on your voting. Not your double time. That it has a very simple logic that if previously is a Friday, and that day, if somebody has logged more than 5 hours, then he should get a premium. That's a simple one. Now I can add a priority. Is my calculation. I'll make it 0. You cooking. Tomorrow is Friday. Let me enter time for tomorrow. I already have time here on that. I think 1 to 2 hours. Let's see. No, I think I'm not used. But right now you have Saturday is a holiday. Go to different week. Run calculation. This one going to double time or weekly overtime? Oh, this would go. There is no regular. Let's correct. Now let's see. We didn't see any. I was coming over there. Now let's see. Unscheduled is coming. I didn't see our calculation. See, our calculation didn't run. Not what we'll do. We'll see our calculation. Just to a previous table, I'm going to give suggestions. We have defined the previous day in 3D. Right now, he is entering through previous day. He has entered whatever hours. Time blocks are based on calendar date. In these entire day. The entire day. Whatever the transaction block is this particular entry, this index a block. Correct. I'm really complicating it. We'll create a nested calculation. Right now, what we did, we first checked what is the previous day value. We reported quantity for that day. Previous day total reported hours for a day. The calculated date. That's fine. We create an identifier that if our house is entered on a Saturday, then it would be considered as Saturday. What I will do right now, I'll create another calculation. Oh, I think I made a mistake in that previous calculation. What was the name? If you put Saturday, we should be able to. The population is not different. I don't know. Add this calculation. To apply on which population? That's why it's not. These kinds of errors that during configuration, it's entered 5 hours. Now, in this day, let's see what is given. It could be, I was on Saturday. How I did it. This is the common mistake that each of us, based on the hurry or based on, we lack sometimes like attention to details. What my calculation is doing first, what the requirement was first. If today's Saturday, and the time I entered on previous day is greater than, I guess, then it should trigger an error. It should give the hours entered on Saturday as premium hours. Correct. Let's go into that field. See at the same day. Let's see. This is particularly known as sum in related instances. What it does it actually? Does the addition of all the instances. The moment I created this call field, the first thing it asked the relatable field, which field should the calculated field look at? I wanted previous day. I state previous day. What happens? The system looks at a previous day. Now what sum from the previous day I wanted to understand, like what to sum on the previous day. I wanted to sum that how many hours a person reports on previous. Correct. I created all instances. I could have used call food also if I wanted a particular section, like for example, if let's take an example on a previous day, if the night shift hours are more than, then I would have used over here instance where condition is true. Then I would have seen my calculation tag. I would have added with my calculation tag and I again would have added field to sum. Total reported hours for that or the calculated quantity. That would, let's make that. I'll tell you about this. Now the system will look at the total reported hours on the previous day. The sum is done. Once it captures all the values, now the system will. We gave a parameter that it should be greater than or equal to 5. If this is true, and now again I added when I'm entering the hours on Saturday, this will returns to this day is a Saturday. The time entry day is a Saturday. Then it will return the value correct. I hope you understand this. My only concern here is And it's the first calculation we are going through the related fields and field to sum. How do I know which one to use for a particular? We will. It comes with the practice. Now I give you a very typical one. This is one of the first. One is whatever I gave you. It is a complicated one. I'll tell you one more. Just do a practice. About tomorrow. The night shift calculation that we have right now, it is from, just change it from 5 p.m. to. Thank you. Alright, just do that. That would be good. Just changing it from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. After that, if I'm giving a section, like a very good calculation that if the time entry which is done on a Saturday, the time entered, but during that night shift, on a Saturday would be catered. Saturday night premium. Are you understanding me? I'm entered on a Saturday. During that period of time, the general night shift, that would be catered as a special night. Using the calculated fields or because there is a schedule, a deviation or something. No need to take any risk. You just first work on that. Calculated a shift differential. Just first change that hours from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. That week existing one. After that, you will create a conditional calculation. In that conditional calculation, you will create a cal fit is Saturday. Total report is Saturday. Just each Saturday and add your tag over there of night shift and see how the magic. I'll do that. That's your first one. How you would. This comes with the practice. For right now, we had a requirement like previous day and the hours reported on a previous day is more than 5. That related field comes as time previous day. Most of the time, what we do time blocks for a time. Blocks for the calendar date. Instead of there most of the time, all the time, like in the main of main scenarios, what you will do, you will add over here. This field would be used time blocks. Time blocks for the day. These two would be used most of the times, like 90% of the times, we will be using time blocks for the day. This is the first time we did this experimental calculation. If we have like more blocks, how do we know which block are we looking at? No more blocks. Each block is always located with the Caltech calculation tag. Correct. No, it's up to us which values you want from that. Cal blocks are always associated with your calculation tags and calculation tags holds your quantity. Correct. And then time conditional calculation and block calculation. We play with that quantity only. I stated a lot of times that calculation tags are the transporter. They play a vital role in our configurations. We will use those in our configurations a lot of times. I'll tell you, I'll create some scenario for you. your second home. Another homework you will have for this particular worker, you have to create 2 time entry codes. One is on call and one is on call standby. On call and on call standby. We'll do a very good configuration tomorrow upon call and on call standby. On call would be on call, standby is your hours only, and on call is your in and out. And on call hours would have 2 different calculation tags. They will not come under regular. Alright. The default calculation tag would be on call, a K on call standby and a K on call. That you need to do. These are the things. Today's task. What are the tasks that I gave you today? If first change that shift differential from 5 p.m. to 10, and if the time entered on a Saturday, if time entered on the Saturday is during that night shift, then give them a special premium. And the third is create your 2 entry codes. That I mean to enter 2 different codes, on call and on call standby. Absolutely. We will see the magic tomorrow about how the on call and on call standby that we will deal, how it would look. That's our thing. This is one of the calculation that we did. I since also remember that whenever you create a calculation, the today we actually juggled up right now. We juggled regarding like our tag did not generate. We see what happened with our tags. In order to avoid that thing, always once your calculation is ready, you will not see any alert over here. If you see any alert coming up, then I think you are missing something like that amount of time. I missed something. I did not see this calculation group. That is something that you need to make sure that you would always have that. You do not miss your groups and your priority. Even if any of the thing is missed, then you'll get an alert. At that point of time, when we created that, we did not add a group. What happened? The system got confused that regular is there. Correct. Priorities. They're correct. But this calculation should apply to whom? The system got confused on that and system couldn't determine that where to apply the calculation, where should the whole entries should be blocked or how it should look. That's how it got confused. After that, I actually simultaneously, I was creating another calculation. I thought let's make it more complicated and see if it is not working. Then what I was doing was creating a traditional calculation that any entry on a Saturday would be stored in a different bucket known as Saturday. I was trying to do right. But then while doing, I just got a stunt that I did not add that group over there. It happens once you start working. You will come across these kinds of small, I would say like miss, and brainstorming would definitely help you out in terms of getting more experience and getting more prompt with the time tracking. It is like since I do day in, day out time tracking, create a lot of calculations every day, but since I missed it, then I did. I saw it again. Alright. It will come based on experience. The more you will work, you will get to know things over there. Alright. Please make sure that you do these calculations. And tomorrow we will have a very good session about these. We will all revolve around this and we will create one block creation calculation tomorrow. I had the question, was that those related fields and field to some? Is there a section somewhere or help somewhere on the Workday community? Or on the Workday community has, like, you can, if you add a ride over there, some related instance, a calculation in time tracking. It will give you a lot of examples. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.